Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something a bit different, a fun challenge for NBA fans, the NBA Immaculate Grid. If you haven't heard of it, this puzzle is a fantastic test of your basketball knowledge. The latest grid, number 386, just dropped, and we're going to break down all the hints and answers to help you ace it. Alright, let's start with the hints for grid number 386. Today's grid features a special category, players who average 20.0 points per game in a season. Plus, there are hints about players from the Sacramento Kings, New York Knicks, Washington Wizards, Indiana Pacers, and Miami Heat. Here's what the grid looks like. Grid 1, a player who played for both the Washington Wizards and Sacramento Kings. Grid 2, a player who played for the Washington Wizards and New York Knicks. Grid 3, a player who played for the Washington Wizards and averaged at least 20.0 points per game in a season. Grid 4, a player who played for both the Indiana Pacers and Sacramento Kings. Grid 5, a player who played for both the Indiana Pacers and New York Knicks. Grid 6, a player who played for the Indiana Pacers and averaged at least 20.0 points per game in a season. Grid 7, a player who played for both the Miami Heat and Sacramento Kings. Grid 8, a player who played for both the Miami Heat and New York Knicks. Grid 9, a player who played for the Miami Heat and averaged at least 20.0 points per game in a season. Now, let's take a look at some answers for each grid. Grid 1, Chris Webber, Mitch Richmond, Otis Thorpe, Mike Bibby, and more. Grid 2, Charles Oakley, Rod Strickland, Al Harrington, Kristaps Porzingis, and more. Grid 3, Walt Bellamy, Bradley Beal, Gilbert Arenas, Bernard King, and more. Grid 4, Tyrese Halliburton, Peja Stojakovic, Brad Miller, Billy Knight, and more. Grid 5, Mark Jackson, Antonio Davis, Herb Williams, Bojan Bogdanovic, and more. Grid 6, Billy Knight, Danny Granger, Reggie Miller, Paul George, and more. Grid 7, Brian Grant, Hassan Whiteside, Trevor Ariza, Billy Owens, and more. Grid 8, Anthony Mason, Amari Stoudemire, Kurt Thomas, Eddie Curry, and more. Grid 9, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Alonzo Mourning, Jimmy Butler, and more. And there you have it, the NBA Immaculate Grid for August 13th. If you enjoyed solving this grid or found our breakdown helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more NBA content. Got any questions or need more tips? Drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you next time.